Oh, wow. Welcome back. It's your boy Carcino, and let's talk about what's going on, people. We have a situation, and it's called the quarterback shuffle. It's been happening, y'all. It's been happening something crazy. The NFL has shown you one thing it's unpredictability. No one could predict what is to happen. My fantasy football team has lost two quarterbacks. Two. My starting quarterback and my backup just got benched. Ain't that crazy? Mm-mm-mm. Well, Sarah, Sarah. Let's look at the mix. Because the NFL has been trying to protect the quarterback and come up with these rules to keep the quarterback safe, nobody kind of feels sorry when the quarterback goes out. But the NFL, they're up in arms because this is messing up their betting lines. This is messing up the pool. This is messing up the season because they advertise the quarterback. And two of these quarterbacks are definitely something that is definitely something that's going to be looked at. Hopefully the NFL don't come up with no new rules that you can't even touch the quarterback. He just got to get the ball off. It's just that bad right now. So we start off with the big one, Drew Brees. Drew Brees came through. Everybody was looking for this game. This is the revenge game for the Saints and the Rams. Then they have an obvious fumble recovery for a touchdown. Obvious to all the people watching at home, all the people everywhere. And they once again blow the call. Then it gets challenged, and they blow that also. And get it all wrong. And now that becomes the talk, the big talk. And then the Saints gets the ball, and Drew Brees injures his thumb on a fluke play where he throws a pass, and his hand hits Donald's hand, and he tears a muscle in his throwing thumb and whatever. And now he's out. About the same time, Ben Roethlisberger, you know. Oh yeah, and Brees is out 6 weeks. Ben Roethlisberger, Big Ben, comes in and he's played terrible for the first 2 weeks, thinking he'll shake it off this week. But no, to everyone's avail, he was terrible through 2 quarters, and then he finally just caves it in as he grabs his arm and has like a Tommy John's injury to his throwing shoulder, which will put him out for the remainder of the season. So he's out this entire year, and the rest of his future is up in the air. Sam Donaldson, Sam I am, Sam Darnold. Well, I keep calling him Donaldson, but it's Sam Darnold, not Donald. His people were probably drunk and couldn't say Donald one time and said, Darnold, we're the Darnolds. And they just wrote it on the paper and it became a name. So Sam Darnold has mono. People still get mono? Where the hell they get that at? Was he loving a woman that wasn't clean? Where you meet her at? You're an NFL player. You're supposed to be having top line pickings. But anyway, he's monoed. So he's going to be out a couple of weeks. Then Andrew Luck retires because he was going to be missing time coming into this Colts season. So he just got tired of being injured and just said, you know what? That's it. I retired. So it kicked off with Luck. Luck wasn't on his side, but it was on the contract side, but definitely not the playing side. So Andrew Luck is out. Then Eli, winner of 2 Super Bowls against Tom Brady and the Patriots, the only guy that could beat Tom Brady and the Patriots, beat the undefeated Tom Brady and the Patriots. He's not injured at all. He's just playing like it. And the team decides they're going to replace him and move in another direction and put him on the bench. They gave him an option. Did he want a no-trade clause so he can get out of his deal that he has in place now, where the deal he has would get him out of the deal would get him out of New York. He has a no-trade clause. So if they could move him, if he wants to move to a winning team, there's a lot of teams that need somebody right now. So if he wanted to move, he moved, but he was like, nah, that's okay. He'll play his role and stay on the bench. So at least he's being a team player, you know, doing what's best for the team. If they chose to bench him. So Eli's down. Now you got Cam Newton. Cam is hurt. Cam's all battered and bruised up. And his foot has been messing up. He's been playing terrible. And now he's going to sit out this week and try to rest his foot since the team is 0-2, losing 2 games at home. They're going to throw a backup that no one knows into the lineup. Jacksonville, the Jaguars, first game of the week. Nick Foles, who won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, his first time playing with a new team since, winning the Super Bowl and playing the next season with the Eagles, great in the playoffs. Throws a touchdown pass on his first drive. They score, and on that play, breaks his collarbone or clavicle, whatever it is, and he's out basically for the season or 6 to 8 weeks. Might return during the season. We don't know. So you look at this quarterback shuffle and you're saying to yourself, damn, this is going to be a very interesting fantasy football year. But if you look at it from the major point of view, the big picture, a lot of teams are in trouble because they're not designed to have a backup. Knock on wood. But if something happens to Tom, the Patriots, who do they even have as backup? And we're only 2 weeks in the season, and we got all of those quarterbacks I named. They were supposed to be the starters. And they're all gone. This is the first time in NFL history this many starting quarterbacks are out in 2 weeks of play. And you might say, well, what is the cause of that? Well, to me, it's quite simple. Might not be simple to everybody else, but to me, it's simple why this is. This is happening due to the fact that preseason hasn't been played. Players aren't used to it. You've been sitting the players all preseason, and these are their preseason games. The real games. So you got guys who've been playing all preseason long, and here they are basically being thrown fresh meat into the quarterback who's just trying to get himself in rhythm during the season. Next thing you know, people are keying off on his head. So you got to start to ask yourself something. Is this really what you want? I'm serious. You got to start to ask yourself, is this what you want? There's so many opportunities out there for players in general. There's so many opportunities. There's so many openings. You got Teddy Bridgewater out there now, so it's a lot of opportunities for teams, but each quarterback is different, so their style is different, the way the gameplay is different. But this is what happens when you have no preseason. Week 1 in the NFL was terrible because of the lack of preseason. Players sitting on the bench saying, I'm going to wait till the season to try to keep them fresh. Then you bring them in the game now, and then you see players getting hurt more frequently. Players get hurt less when they play more. Don't don't ask me how that philosophy works. It's just true. You got to build yourself up to the season. In the preseason, the game is not played as heavy as it is this regular season when it's for real. But your body is used to it because it's been out there. So guys ain't trying to take your head off in a preseason game. Now when you start week 1, it's like it's the preseason. You got guys who revved up to play. They've been playing to preseason while you've been sitting on the pine. So your body ain't used to it yet. And then next thing you know, crack, crack, crack. You're out the game. You see? Football has the longest break of any other sport. So if you have the longest break before than any other sport, you off months before you come back to play because of the physicality of the game. Your body needs that time to recover. But if you're not doing all the right things and you're getting overweight, you're training camp, you're taking it lightly, and when the games get real, you're not ready to perform. And all the people need to do is, you want to be number one, look at who's number one and mimic what they do. They have structure, they have discipline, they have a resolve to get to the Super Bowl. That's their goal. They're not trying to win a game to get to the playoffs. Their goal is the Super Bowl. But they don't shortcut the work. They put the work in. They're going to make sure they protect Tom. Everybody's responsible for their own jobs, their own assignments. It's no goofing off. This is your job. And then over there, they really care about winning and losing. Preparation. So people will learn. They'll see. They'll see. So what do you think about the quarterback shuffle? Am I right? Let me know. I'm out. Oh yeah, and don't forget to donate to the page. Hit the Cash App up or click the link in the description box and donate to the Streamlab. Leave me a message over there. And Nicholas, I did get your number. We will call you soon. I'm out.